Morning, everyone. Welcome to Ergonomics and Facilities Planning for Hospitality. We are already at our 13th week, and for 13th week, our topic is about food service equipment. So, for food service equipment, we will identify the types of food service equipment. We will also describe and differentiate the uses of food service equipment and also make recommendations on how to maintain cooking equipment. So once again, this PowerPoint presentation was prepared by Sir Jemuel Anthony Garcia. So let's proceed to our discussion. So we have the types of food service equipment. So ano-ano ba ang mga types of food service equipment? Of course, this could be seen um, sa kitchen, sa dining, and other areas in the hospitality industry. So the types of food service equipment. So we have the preparation equipment. So for preparation equipment, we have the following. So we have mixers. So of course, mixers are used to combine different types of solid food and liquids, or two or more different liquids. They can knead, whip, emulsify, slice, mix, beat, grind, or chop food, depending on the attachment used. We also have vertical cutter or mixers. So this one, they chop, cut, mix, blend, stir, grate, knead, puree, and emulsify food. And they can cut and mix ingredients at the same time. For example, cabbage and carrots for coleslaw. They can also emulsify salad dressings or blend cake mixes and frostings. So, yung a vertical cutter or mixer's motor is attached directly to the bottom of the mixing bowl. So the motor turns a shaft that comes up through the bottom of the bowl. So before proceeding to slicer, let's find out ano ba ang mixer. So let's search a bit. So in the picture, we could see different types of mixer used in the food service industry. So ito yung mixers, basically. And for our vertical cutter mixer, ito naman siya. So this is our vertical cutter mixer. Mas mapapansin nyo, mas malaki siya. It's because used for chopping, mixing ingredients. Unlike here, yung mixer natin dito, medyo maliit lang. Pero may mga malaki din ganito, especially used for baking. And napapalitan din ang attachment for this one. So after this, let's proceed back. So next that we have is slicer, and slicer have spinning disc with a sharp edge for cutting food. The food spinning edge, and the tray can be powered manually or by an electric motor. Commercial kitchens generally have an electric model, and slicers are used to slice meats, cheese, tomatoes, and other foods for sandwiches and salads. So slicers can be used in so many areas of the kitchen. They are sometimes placed on carts and moved wherever they are needed. So ito ang picture ng slicer natin. So for slicer, we have this one. So sorry, maliit. So this is our slicer. So makikita nyo, it is used for slicing meats and other dairy products as well. So next one that we have for the preparation equipment. After this preparation equipment, we have the cooking equipments. We have ranges. So they provide flat surface for cooking food. They are countertop ranges, but most of the ranges used in commercial food service are floor models. So ranges usually have conventional oven beneath them. And we have solid top or hot top ranges, and these are designed for pots and pans. And we also have fry top or griddle top range, and open top range, and oven. So for fry top, ito naman yung uh, it has a solid cooking surface and heated from beneath. And the surface is not for pots and pans. Ito yung usually yung pang mga if ever nakakain na kayo sa mga when Angel's Burger. So ito yung tinatawag nilang griddle top range. So makikita nyo smooth yung surface and ideal siya for frying. For open top range, it has grates to hold pots and pans over burners. So ito yung mga open siya and may individual burner. Ito yung basically nasa bahay. And also we have ovens. So ovens are heated cavities in which food is cooked. So ovens can be divided into three basic categories. For ovens, we have conventional, convection, and radiation. So before going to ovens or discussing ovens, let's check out the pictures for our ranges. So here we have here a picture of a range. So makikita nyo may oven na siya beneath. And then this is the griddle, yung sinasabi ko sa inyo. And then ito yung mga burners. So this is a type of a heavy duty burner gas range with griddle and two standard ovens. So hanap pa tayo ng iba. So ito naman, this is just basically a griddle. So wala siyang yung mga burners. This is just basically a griddle. So hanap naman tayo ng range na oven lang. So ito naman, this one, as you could see in the picture, may griddle na siya, meron din siyang mga burners and may oven din. And hanap pa tayo. Pero I think this one naman, we have an electric range. So we have a griddle again and a oven beneath. And that's it. So ito naman yung typical na nasa bahay. So of course, burners and an oven beneath. So, di ba, nabanggit natin sa oven, we have three uh, basic categories. We have the conventional, convection, and radiation. So, conventional ovens are enclosed chambers heated by a heat source from below, and in some models by an overheated heat source as well. So, basically, ang purpose ng conventional oven is for roasting, less than baking kasi nga the food is yung capacity niya kasi. For deck ovens naman, in which two or three conventional ovens have been decked or stacked on top of each other. And deck ovens can cook all types of food and also good for breaking bread. And for range oven, ito yung mga nandun sa located beneath the range or yung mga burners. And mechanical ovens also, um, they also called mechanical ovens because they have moving mechanical parts within them to assist in cooking. Range in size from compact to giant, and three typical mechanical ovens are revolving, traveling tray, and rotary ovens. For revolving ovens, these are also called real or revolving tray ovens. Move trays vertically within the oven's interior so that they move within the oven somewhat like the cars on Ferris wheel. Revolving ovens were originally designed for baking. However, kitchen personnel discovered that other types of food could be successfully cooked in them. And traveling tray ovens are long ovens through which trays of food pass either on a conveyor belt on a rack that is pulled through the oven. There can be different temperatures within the various sections of the oven. And rotary ovens have circular shelves that move trays of food horizontally around a central axis within the heat chamber, and they are usually 3 to 5 shelves. So, for convection ovens naman, ang convection ovens, these are the ovens in which heated air within the cooking chamber is circulated rapidly by a fan or blower system. So convection ovens were developed to increase the cooking capacity of conventional ovens. Convection ovens can cook more food by using racks or multiple shelves because the circulated air penetrates food and eliminates the cold space that can occur within a conventional oven. Foods cooked in a convection oven, particularly meat, fish, and fowl, are moist and less subject to shrinkage than those cooked in conventional. ovens. So we have for convection ovens, we have rack or roll-in ovens. So these are heated enclosures into which employees can roll special racks filled with trays of foods. Rack ovens work on the same principle as other convection ovens. Heated air inside the oven is circulated by fans or a system of ducts. They are ideal for cooking large amounts of foods in the shortest time possible. Another type of convection oven is reconstituting or recon oven. So these are used to reconstitute, that is to cook frozen food. So basically, kung frozen pa siya, pwede na siyang ito doon sa oven and magkukook na din siya. So they are specifically designed to quickly defrost food without damaging it. And the last one is a convection oven or a steamer, and it is a versatile piece of equipment that can be used as a convection oven as well. A pressureless convection steamer and a combination oven steamer in which food is cooked with hot air from the oven is kept moist with steam from the steamer. This combination of hot air and steam is great for reheating frozen food, for cooking fish, vegetables, fowl, crusty bread, and delicate specialty. For radiation ovens naman, these are cooking food by radiating electromagnetic waves. So basically, ang isang example nito is microwave oven, and it is used very short as electromagnetic waves to cook food. These microwaves penetrate the food, causing movement within the molecules of the food that creates friction and heats the food internally. They cook food fast and do not heat the air around them, helping to keep the kitchen cool as well. We also have another type of radiation oven, which is the infrared or quartz oven. So for this one, they use infrared electromagnetic waves to cook food quickly at a very high temperature. So infrared ovens can be used to heat, roast, and brown meats. They can reconstitute frozen foods or brown foods that have been cooked in a microwave. So that is for our radiation oven. Before proceeding to that, I will show you a picture of the difference between the convection, convention, and radiation. So, if you're cooking by a convection oven, makikita dito drying by air jets. And then, so ito yung piece of dough or bread. So, the dough pieces were dried and surface of dough pieces heated. Moisture reduced by evaporation from the surface and risk of checking due to moisture gradient between center and surface. If you're baking through radiation or by infrared radiation, so ito yung mangyayari. So we have here dough pieces baked, increase in volume, good development of structure, moisture reduced from center and surface of the dough pieces as well. If you're going to do it by conduction ovens, so heat transfer from the oven band. This is the heat. So heat transfer directly to the base of the dough pieces aids development of structure also, and increase leaf for crackers baked on heavy mesh pans, and good spread of cookies baked on steel bun. So this is the difference if you're going to use the categories of oven for basically the convection oven, radiation oven, and conduction oven. So that is for our ovens. Next that we are going to discuss about the food equipment that we have in the kitchen is the broiler. So broiler differs from other cooking equipment because uh, the food is cooked primarily by radiant heat. So we also have three basic types of standalone broiler. We have the overhead broiler. So it is also called as elevated broilers or salamander broiler. Ito yung basically nasa taas ng range. So These are useful more for melting cheese, browning items quickly, and preparing short orders during slow periods when bigger broiling equipment is shut down. So overhead broiler tawag doon or salamander. For rotisserie broiler, it holds the food being broiled on a spit that rotates, exposing all sides to the broiler burner. So ito yung sa mga manok. Siguro familiar naman kayo yung umiikot-ikot. And then char broiler naman has irregular sized ceramic chunks, forming a bed that radiates the heat produced by burners just below the bed. So ito naman basically from a layer of charcoal para uminit. And tilting or bracing pans is also called tilting pans or tilting skillets. And its function as oversized skillets. And the advantages of a tilting bracing pan are that the pan can be tilted for easy loading and unloading. There is pouring spout, and the pan itself is usually 7 inches deep. So these pans can be used to produce almost every type of food except deep fat fried. And the next one is the griddle. So again, yung griddle is polished steel. It could be a polished steel, chrome plated, or cast iron plate, and it is used for short order frying. The next equipment that we could see in a kitchen is the deep fat fryer. So deep fat fryer are commonly used in commercial kitchens, and they are open pot fryers and pressure fryers. So per open pot, ito yung mga ginagamit sa French fries, sa McDo, or other fast food restaurants. For steam cooker, these are appliances that cook food by converting water to steam. Steam cookers cook food quickly with a minimum of moisture and nutrient loss. Two types of steam cookers commonly found in commercial kitchen are jet steam, jacketed kettles, and compartment steamers. Next that we have is the steam jacketed kettles, and in steam jacketed kettle, steam does not come into direct contact with food. Instead, it is trapped within the kettle's hollow walls. So basically, these kettles are usually fully or two-thirds jacketed. That is, their walls are hollow all the way up the sides of the kettle, or only two-thirds of the way. And for the compartments steamers, steam comes into direct contact with the food in compartment steamers, and the food is cooked in pans placed on shelves or racks. Low pressure steamers can cook food at a 5 psi or pounds per square inch, and are sometimes used in institutions for cooking meats. For the food service industry, we also have some other food service equipment. So we have the holding table. So they are also called steam table, and they keep the food hot until it is served. So cafeterias use holding tables as serving counters that display food and keep it hot for guests who serve themselves. So holding tables can be heated by hot water or by dry heated, generated with gas or electricity. Coffee urns and makers also. So of course, coffee urn is a non-pressure vented water tank heated by electric immersion heaters, gas burners, or steam coils, and controlled by a thermostat and relay. So for coffee makers, these are automatic or semi-automatic units that make coffee and dispense it into a coffee pot or into individual cups. So coffee makers are often used when relatively small quantities of coffee are needed because the quantity and quality of the coffee can be more effectively controlled. Also, syempre hindi mawawala sa kitchen, refrigerators and freezers, and the cabinet models, and pass through and reach in refrigerators. Usually ginagamit to sa mga salads or desserts wherein employees can take the food items from the refrigerator and serve them as guests order them, or the guests may serve themselves, for example, sa mga cafeteria. So to reduce employee trips to the walk-in refrigerator, operations use reach-in kitchens to store some food. Of course, di din mawawala ang ating ice machine for the other food service equipment. So, in sanitation equipment in food service, so garbage disposal grinds or shred food waste, and garbage disposal is usually part of a sink. Running water is used to carry food into the disposal where it is cut into smaller and smaller pieces until the water can carry it through drain pipes into the sewer system. So typically, small disposable are installed throughout the kitchen at points where garbage collect. And also we have dishwashing machines, of course, because food service operations vary so widely in terms of floor space, number of employees, and amount of dishes to be washed. There are a tremendous variety of dishwashing machines. So, pag sa hotel, sa malalaking food service industry, ah, hindi na uso yung mano-manong paghuhugas, kundi meron silang mga dishwashing machines or dishwashing conveyors in order for them para mas mapabilis yung paghugas ng mga ginamit for the operation, for the food service operation and the food service equipments as well. So how do we maintain the food service equipment? So maintaining the food service equipment is an example of how engineering department contributes to the efficiency of other departments. So maintenance involves keeping equipment operating at or near its peak design capacity. So very important na maintain ito, and of course tinatrack down kung hanggang kailan pa to pwedeng gamitin. So of course responsibility din ng F&B department employees to, as well as the kitchen employees as well. And in the demanding environment of commercial food service, equipment must be readily cleanable and maintainable as well. So for week 13 activity, we have two activities for requirement. We have activity 1 and activity 2. We have for activity 1, identify food and service equipment, and for activity 2, inspect the dishwasher machine in the school in SIAC and check its brand and unit model. So merong instructions already stated. So kindly refer to your handouts or PDF files for our requirement or activities, and also we have references and suggested readings if you might want to know more about our week 13 lesson. So once again, thank you so much everyone. Thank you, Sir Jemwell, for this PowerPoint presentation for week 13 for our topic, the food service equipment. So if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask us. Just send us a direct message or through the GC as well. So see you all on week 14.